Right, so I just wanted to do a quick video, and I know it's been a long time since I've done something like this, on bursting. Looking at the kill feed, I just did the video and then realized my mic was muted, so here we go, round 2, Electric Boogaloo. So I kind of want to go over this because it's something that I think a lot of people are told to do, but they don't know what they're doing and they don't really know how to do it, and they don't understand why they should do it. So bursting is something that's pretty integral to just FPS and DM gameplay in general, but especially in Planetside 2. Planetside 2 uses a cone of fire mechanic, which means that as you hold down the trigger, the area that your shots will land, even aim down sights, will increase, and that can be quite rapid, and it can very much affect your effective DPS output. So to give you a demonstration of this, I'm just going to put down 50 rounds. I'm going to probably end up recall comping due to muscle memory, so you'll see the kind of area these rounds could go in. So you could see how that area got rapidly bigger. Just for reference, that's an MSWR with red dot sight, flash suppressor, advanced laser sight, and a soft point ammo, kind of standard loadout for TR. So, you know, now you've seen that, now how do you deal with that? And you deal with that through bursting. Now, for TR and weapons which use the 750 by 143 damage model, so that's your MSWR, your Cav, and the Orion, I tend to go, like, you can probably target 5 to 8 round bursts. However, bursts of 3 to 5 rounds are always going to be optimum. For NC, 3 to 5 rounds, just because your cone of fire is much, much more aggressive. But, you know, that is, your weapon damage model is different, so that's why that is. Now, even despite the different weapon damage models and like the rate of fires specifically and recoil impulses, the actual kind of the length of bursts in terms of time you have the mouse click down is the same. And it's like a common thing, so you don't have to like learn different bursting patterns. There is just one, or at least that's the way I do it, and I've never really had issues there. So what you want to be doing is you want to be like calling it a rhythm. So you don't want to be kind of bursting, counting your shots, because that's just really inefficient. You play through muscle memory in a rhythm. So I go 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and that's the way I do it. So go 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and that gets you the really tight bursts. So like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. And that's how you want to be doing it. So if we go to a little shooting range, I'm on the VR train on Jaeger, by the way, so no one's gonna interrupt us. So I'll try and do the difference between kind of holding down the trigger and bursting. So we'll get people. Come on, bots. Okay, one down. Gotcha. All the way at the back there. See how inefficient that is? Like, I used, you know, quite a lot of shots, especially if someone's farther away. You see, this is going to be, you know, much more efficient. I'm going to hit your shots more often. It's just something that, you know, a lot of people do. And whenever someone asks me, like, oh, how can I improve? I'll say burst. And they'll be like, well, how do you mean burst? You know? And this is it. And you want to be following that same pattern. So good bursting will mean that you're not really going to lose any DPS, which is nice, compared to like bad bursting where you leave long gaps between the shots. It's about following a rhythm and a pattern. It's less about, you know, counting out shots. And when you get good at bursting, it's different. It's a completely different way of like almost playing the game. It'll feel like a different game because you'll be killing people so much quicker, because your effective DPS output is actually higher. So a big thing, you kind of don't instinctively burst because you think, well, if I stop shooting, I'm going to lose time where I would be putting, you know, shots onto someone, which means that in theory I should actually lose DPS, right? Well, because of that cone of fire bloom, you're actually not hitting a lot of those shots, which means that your effective DPS is much lower. It's why a lot of people are much better shots with, like, kill people much quicker with the NS15M, despite it having such a lower damage model than, say, like the Cav or an MSWR, because the MSWM's cone of fire bloom is much NS15M, sorry, its cone of fire bloom is much smaller, so they can hold down the trigger and it's not going to be as effective, affected by that cone of fire bloom as compared to a gun like this. So this is how you're going to maximize your damage output whenever you're going against someone who's got really good aim. And there's a lot of people with really good aim, and they kind of like insta-gib you. Chances are what's happened is you're like, they have you on the map, they know where you are, and they're just coming to pre-aim you, and they're aiming straight ahead. By the time they're around that corner, they're already putting shots in, and because they're bursting, every single shot is going on target because they're keeping that cone of fire bloom nice and accurate. And you die instantly, and you scream like, what the hell, man? Trust me, it happens to the best of us. But yeah, if you ever like take time out to go on Jaeger or anything like that, I know it's pretty dead now. But if you take time out to play on Jaeger, pick up any kind of tournaments that run, even server smashes, and you do this, you'll notice that you're just much better. You'll be able to hit a lot more shots. You'll actually be more competent at killing. Likewise, trying to shoot people at range, you're going to find yourself being able to stay on the head a lot better. Yeah, this is the way I do it. I think good bursting is one of the things where it's really hard to discern on video, so for proof, what I'll do now is I'm going to put my microphone next to my mouse, and hopefully you'll be able to hear the clicks. So I'm going to turn the gain up as well, so it's nice and loud. So hopefully that was, somewhat useful, and they were audible clicks. It might be hard to hear with the game volume. Sorry if it is, but you should be able to hear them clicks. So for reference as well, I just want to say I did this video with better settings, but I have 10 particles onto high just so you can see where the shots are going. And in general, that's it. So a while ago, I did videos for Planetside, like a long time ago, and a lot of that stuff's outdated now. If there's anything that I want to, because I kind of want to do some videos again, because I don't have time to stream anymore. I can't be asked to look presentable. I can do these videos without looking presentable. It's really nice. But if there's any other topics you want me to cover, like I'm going to make a bunch of these videos and probably load them at once. No editing. I don't have any editing software because I'm lazy. I'll just upload them straight, raw files, ready and raw. And we'll go from there. If there's anything else that you want me to cover, any different questions you've got, then by all means, kind of message me on Reddit, comment here on YouTube, and I will try and make something else or expand on that. I mean, I'm not the best at everything. I definitely have my weak points still. Really, I can only cover stuff that's infantry related, because that's all I feel confident that I can actually explain to people on. Everything else, I'm like, well, I can tell you some stuff that's probably right, but I can't really back it up, just that someone else has told me that. But for the infantry side of things, if there's anything else that you want me to go over, that's, it's standard. Next video will probably be something, I don't know, I might do settings again, like potato settings, and why I want to use them, but I mean, that's been done to death, and I think most people get that anyway, and the people who are not using potato settings will never use potato settings, etc. But the other thing was maybe positioning. It's something that I think a lot of people say about again, and people don't really know how to do it. And there's some quite basic kind of processes you need to follow with that. But anyway, I'll leave that to the next videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you then.